What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Weekly Postgame. This is where we share our views on the latest trending topics within the NBA. What's up for today?
You know what? I want to start off by asking you, who is your favorite player at this time?
Oh, that's easy. It's Donovan Mitchell. Hey, he's leading the Jazz, averaging 24 points a game. He's got them playing really well. They are first seed in the West. I don't know who else. Who else could it be right now?
I'll say Zion Williamson.
Oh, Zion's balling, yeah.
Zion is balling. I think what I enjoy most about him and why I pick him as one of my favorite players right now is because he has added an element to his game. So we all know that Zion Williamson can drive to the basket. He is super strong and he controls the paint. Like players get out of the way, i.e. Porzingis. So we know that's the case, right? Yeah. However, I like the fact that he is now being a point guard. I was listening to something and they called him Point Zion. Exactly. I love that. I'm liking how Stan Van Gundy is utilizing or developing a skill in him that can help make him more versatile. So I'm excited about that. And then knowing that he has increased his number of assists because of this new role that he's incorporated, how it has saved his team and changed how Lonzo and Bledsoe may be playing off the ball. For me, that is great when you can develop a player and the player is willing to add additional elements to their game and it's prevalent and it's beneficial to the team. Zion is doing it.
You know, if I could swing back to Donovan real quick, he went through a lot of speculation, a lot of drama with the Shaquille O'Neal comments. And I appreciate the way he embraced it all and said, okay, all right, I'll show you. And he has been playing outstanding. He was playing good before then, but ever since then, he's taking his game to a new level.
You think Shaquille O'Neal's comment has something to do with that?
Hey, Shaq takes credit.
Okay, I don't think it did. I think I can tell you what it did do. It probably allowed more people to watch their games just to see what Shaq was talking about. And so just based on more people perhaps watching the Jazz games and being able to now see how Donovan Mitchell has already been performing at a high level can help maybe validate the comment or narrative that Shaquille O'Neal put out there. But Donovan Mitchell's been balling. Did you not see him in the bubble?
No, yeah, he has been balling, but sometimes when you get that kind of public scrutiny from somebody like Shaq, a Hall of Famer on TNT, a station that everybody watches, everybody loves that show, and he basically embarrassed Donovan.
He did.
And Donovan came back swinging, so I appreciate that, and he's been playing great ever since then, and even before then. But now, you know what I'm saying? It didn't stop his stride. That's what I'm saying.
It did not stop his stride. I can get on board with that. It did not stop his stride. He was performing at a high level before Shaq's comment. I think that Shaq's comment made Donovan's play more visible because let's just be honest. Don't nobody talk about the Jazz.
No, they don't.
So now people are probably more curious about Donovan Mitchell than they were before. But Donovan Mitchell is a beast. Yes, he is ready, or whatever this next level is. I believe he can do it. So yeah. I agree.
Okay. Now, as I always do, I'm always scrolling through Twitter, and I found something very interesting that Ben Simmons said after a very, very competitive game. He said, I think I'm the best defender in the NBA. And I said, you know what, Ben? I think you're right. Because look, he's 6'11", and he's always given the defense assignment of the best player or even the point guard on the opposing team. Ben is 6'11". He has to chase around 6'2", 6'3" guards. Sometimes like even a Kawhi, a PG when he's playing because he's often injured. Hello, LeBron James and all that. So I think he is the best defender, and he's even upped his point percentage. So now I think he's a well-rounded player. He does not need a jump shot. He can just play defense and still be the defensive player of the year, in my opinion.
That's all nice. I don't really have anything against that. I think it's great. He should feel like he's the, best defensive player in the league. Absolutely. He's not going to win the award, though. They're going to give it to AD. So maybe he should be in the discussion when they start talking about defensive player of the year. Maybe he should be one of the top three. I don't have who the other two are, but
I think it really boils down to Anthony Davis, Rudy Gobert, and Ben Simmons.
Okay.
I don't put Giannis in Defensive Player of the Year conversation this year. I don't. He won it, last year. He won MVP the year before and last year. I mean, look, Giannis has not shown me MVP caliber basketball as of yet.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. AD, huh? All right, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised, but
Hopefully his Achilles can hold up. You know what, you guys, drop down in the comments and let me know if you think Ben Simmons is a Defensive Player of the Year or the best defender in the league, because it doesn't mean that if you don't win the award that you are not the best defender of the league. There's so much politics involved in the NBA. Yes. So drop down and let us know where Ben stands in your eyes defensively. One player who does not play any defense is James Harden.
But should he? Does he have to?
Yeah, he should.
You know what, though? I take that back. James Harden can play defense. I think he chooses not to preserve his energy. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but when he was in the bubble, he, for some reason, pulled defense out of his pocket. And he was going for it on those last few games, before they got sent to Cancun. But he was really playing great defense. And I think it shocked the NBA world because they talked about it so much during that time. So I believe that James Harden can play defense. I just think he chooses not to.
Well, it's unfortunate because I think defense will be the Brooklyn Nets' Achilles heel as they move forward.
I agree.
And, James Harden said that it would be very difficult for any team to beat them in a 7-game series. But I think defense plays a role in that. You can outscore teams, but at some point you got to play some D.
You know what? You can outscore teams if they're not scoring. But if they're scoring as well, then and they have defense, then yeah, I believe you can be defeated. So, and I also agree with him, though. It is going to be very hard pressed for a team to beat them 4 out of 7 games. We talked about in our last Nets episode, and you guys should check that out, that we were talking about the 2021 NBA Finals lists, champions. So when we talk about the Nets, for me, they may have a lull right now because they've been losing games. I just don't see it being an issue. So I also don't think it's an issue for James Harden to have to play defense right now. I believe that James Harden will pull out defense in the playoffs like he did last season. James Harden will not go out and not get a chip this year. I just don't see it. Not all that ruckus he put up. I'm just saying, like, it's going to be championship or bust for James Harden. And I wouldn't say that same for Kyrie, and I'm not going to say the same for KD because they got their championships. But for James Harden, he may have to put the Nets. For real. If they don't make it to the conference finals, if they don't make it to the NBA finals, I don't know. I don't know what that looks like for James Harden.
I have to agree that I don't see any team matching up with the Nets, even though they don't play defense. I don't see any team beating them in a 4-game series. Even the top contenders in the East and definitely in the NBA Finals, forget about it. We might as well just go ahead and fast forward to the NBA Finals. Let's go ahead and put the Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Clippers. Just kidding. The Los Angeles Lakers. You see the Clippers in the NBA Finals?
And I like the Clippers, but I don't. I'm going to have to be honest. I'm not one of those fans who is not going to be, realistic about it, right? If they make it, actually, to be honest, where the Clippers need to end up, if they're going to end up anywhere this year, in the Western Conference Finals. They got to end up there. Can you get there first? Now, you get there first, then ask me the question, do I think they can make it to the finals? But their first stop to anything less than a 2021 Western Conference Finals appearance is a bust for them again. That's it. Yeah. They've never made it. Never? No. Not with this team. The way it's constructed. Now, they may need to consider removing Luke Kennard, but hey, I digress. But no. So right now, I would say no, because their first stop, I don't have any doubt that the Brooklyn Nets will not make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I believe they will be a part of that.
The problem is Paul George has been out of the lineup for the last couple of games, and there's really no timetable on his return. Like, how can you, after his epic collapse last season, he needs to be in every game. He has to build that chemistry with Kawhi, who's been playing great right now.
But that's okay, though. They have built some type of chemistry. They were playing together in majority of the games this first half of the season. The fact that he's out on injury, Kawhi was out on injury as well, with the, waiting for his face mask to be sized. So there has been times throughout this season so far where the Clippers have had to play without either Paul George or Kawhi Leonard, and at one point both of them, because they were on health and safety protocols. So I'm okay with it. I believe the chemistry is a lot better. I can see it on the court. It appears to be a lot better. So I think it'll be okay once Paul George comes back. But again, does that mean that they are ready for their next level, which is a conference finals appearance? Yes, they would. They better. They have to. Steve Ballmer cannot take another year of scrutiny. How much can one person take? What more do you want from Steve Ballmer? He cannot handle it. It's too much. Clippers fans cannot handle it. Y'all can't embarrass us again.
Oh, let me just say that who has not been an embarrassment, who has really shocked me, has been LaMelo Ball.
What? And I am. Let me tell you, I didn't see it for him when he first came into the league, but I see it now. Oh, I see it. He is so electrifying. Is that a word?
Yes. Yeah.
He appears to have so much fun. And he's playing very well. So not only does he appear to be having fun, but he's playing very well. And I don't care what anybody say. I can promise you LaMelo Ball's favor and success that he is seeing right now has put a spark in his brother. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, yeah. The Charlotte Hornets, you told me in one of our previous episodes that LaMelo would put butts in seats. And I said, oh, no. Anybody who gonna go see them? I guess as soon as they open up the arena, people will be flocking in to see LaMelo Ball play. So, hey, I was wrong.
And part of LaMelo's success is rested on the fact that the national sports news networks talk about him all the time. As a matter of fact, they talk about him as though he has already won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah. But if I'm Anthony Edwards or even James Wiseman, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I was drafted before him. So it's going to light a fire under me if I'm them, It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because in the eyes of people, of casual fans, they will not they will not have heard the name Anthony Edwards or James Wiseman enough. So even if one of them were to win Rookie of the Year, which I don't think is going to happen, it will be LaMelo, the way they talk about him so much, that if he were to win, then casual fans would think it's bogus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely. If they talked about Anthony Edwards as much as they talked about Zion Williamson, his first season, then I would say, okay. It would be nice if they could do a fair comparison and they could equally talk about both of them, LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards. James Wiseman, unfortunately, is out due to a wrist injury. But when he comes back, if the narrative around all three of those players were equally yoked, then I would say, okay, then it gives casual fans that, or diehard fans, it would give them enough confidence in the vote and in the selection. So until we do that, they've already crowned LaMelo. Can we just give him the award now so we can just move on? That's just what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying he should be the one to win, but if you watch any of the sports shows, you would think that LaMelo Ball is the next LeBron James.
Oh my God. I know. But now Golden State is starting to make a run. I think they're finally starting to click. And when James Wiseman comes back, I think we'll start to hear more of his name in the media because of Steph. Everybody's watching Steph and putting him in the MVP chatter now, which I think he belongs in a conversation.
Most valuable player.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Yes. They're going to put Steph is likable.
Yes.
That's why they'll talk about Steph before they'll talk about Kawhi. And Kawhi is amazing, but he's not likable. I don't think Kawhi is likable. So that's why you don't see Kawhi's name being mentioned when they're starting to talk about, who's the most valuable player for this season. That's all. That's all it is. It's not like he can't compete if you look at his stats and you watch his play from the eye test, you clearly can see he's the best player on the Los Angeles Clippers, considering Paul George's toe is out. I'm just saying it's just not fair. But Steph Curry is likable. He is.
Yeah, he is.
He's
and
likable.
He's open. Like, we know who his wife is. We've seen all of his kids.
Yes.
We know who his dad and mom are.
Yes.
We know his sister. We know his brother-in-law. You know, we know Steph Curry's family. We don't know anything about Kawhi Leonard. And that's why I think he's unlikable to most people.
Yeah, I agree. He's unknown. He's known but unknown, right? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree
he's the big unknown.
Oh, that don't mean he still shouldn't be a part of the discussion. Just like that don't mean Anthony Edwards shouldn't be a part of the discussion for the Rookie of the Year. That's what I'm saying. But unfortunately, he plays for the Timberwolves.
What does that mean?
They are number 15 in the
Western Conference.
Yeah, they are number 15 in the Western Conference.
No. But Anthony Edwards is signed to the Clutch Sports Agency. Does that mean anything?
Clearly it doesn't. You know what? And speaking of that, why? Clutch Sports?
Yeah, that's big, right?
I thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Is it the Timberwolves? Or have they given up on, or did Clutch Sports give up on Anthony Edwards?
I don't know. Is he even balling? I don't even know. You know what? Honestly, I don't know. They don't talk about him. I do not watch the Timberwolves games, so I can't make a fair assessment.
Neither can I. Hence is why LaMelo Ball will end up being Rookie of the Year. James Wiseman, though, can be a fair discussion once he comes back into the game.
Right. Okay. Now, last thing on LaMelo. Now, it seems like he has taken Devontae Graham's starting position. Devontae was out for a couple of games. LaMelo played well during that stretch. Do you think Coach Borrego should move Devontae back into the starting lineup, even though LaMelo seems to be playing really well?
Not if he's hot. Not if LaMelo was hot, and not if they want to make sure they secure a spot in either the play-in or playoffs. Nope. Sorry.
Oh, poor Devontae. His numbers went all the way down. He was playing so well before injury. Hey, NBA is a cold game. I know.
Cold game. But I'm not saying that he can't work his way back up. You just limit the minutes that LaMelo was playing, and you insert Devontae Graham, and you can always use the excuse minutes restriction. He's just coming off an injury. We want to bring him into the rotation slowly. We want to preserve, so make sure he can, stay with us through the long term, because when we make it to the play-in tournaments, we want to be able to win. So, yeah, it can work in his favor. God. And the Charlotte Hornets, you control the narrative. Make him feel good about the fact that he's going to be slowly integrated back into your roster, into the rotation, so he can be available when you guys make it to the play-in tournament, because that's probably about as far as y'all going to go. But again, you want to be able to at least make it there and get a secure spot. So, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay that LaMelo Ball is starting. He should continue to start. Why would I want to mess up that chemistry right now because he's coming back?
Oh, that's too bad. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Zach Levine has been playing absolutely phenomenal, but unfortunately, he plays for the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, no. It is almost a detriment to a player's career when they play for a team that is just not good. Hence is why James Harden was like, time out. Now, come on. Likewise for Zach Levine, I'm so glad that at least he's, on the list to become an all-star this year, which is great for him, because the last time the Bulls had an all-star was in 2017, and that was Jimmy Butler. What in the world? What? Really? So, yeah, Zach, I hope you make it. I mean, you be the highlight of the Bulls franchise.
I know. And, when Billy Donovan took the head coaching job, I was like, what's he going to do? The team is terrible. This is going to be a bad knock on Billy Donovan's coaching career. All these losses piling up like this.
But it's really sad when you have someone that plays so well. Where would Zach Levine fit in? Because it's clearly not with the Bulls. Clearly.
No, you know what? Anywhere. He's so talented. He could fit in anywhere.
Where? Give me a team.
Philadelphia 76ers.
Really? Who would he bump up? Come on. Would he be a starter or would he come off the bench?
I know. See, I got to really think about that because the money he makes, he needs to start.
Yes. Not only the money he makes, with the production he puts up, he needs to start. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know. Y'all tell us what you think. Where do you think Zach Levine would be best served?
Right.
Because his career development, really, because eventually you'll start doing really, really well and you'll end up like Vooch. A great player that nobody talks about. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, poor Vooch. Drop down and let us know if you guys know who Vooch is and where he plays.
That's horrible. Mm-hmm. What do you think about Jaylen Brown? You think he will be an all-star?
He better.
Will he be an all-star and most improved player?
Ooh, that would be really nice because you know what? He checks both boxes. Right now, I think he's the best player on the Celtics. I know Jason Tatum's there, but Jaylen is just, ooh. And he came out, I feel like he came out of nowhere. You know, he was mediocre and then all of a sudden he just skyrocketed and you can see all the work that he put in, you know, in the off season. It's really showing up right now.
Do you think he showed a little bit of his star level ability in the bubble?
Yeah, just you know, he scratched the surface. But I feel like that was a starting point. And he was good before. I don't want people to think that I thought he was a bum. No, not at all. But he has really skyrocketed to almost superstar status right now.
Yeah, no, Jaylen Brown. So if you had to choose between Jaylen Brown and Brandon Ingram, who would you choose?
Oh man, that's tough. Ooh,
for the all-star team.
As a starter or reserve?
Okay. Starter.
Give me Jaylen Brown. It's tough. Oh, that's tough.
Thank God they're in different conferences.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, Jaylen wow. It's tough though because BI has also skyrocketed his career. He puts in a lot of work and you can totally see that in his game.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, Jaylen Brown is really amazing this year. I really, really like watching him play. And when he was out injured for those couple of games, the Boston missed him.
Oh, yeah.
They missed him. Now, they also missed Marcus Smart, but they did miss Jaylen Brown the most. Yeah. All right. That's all we have this week for the weekly post game. Thank you for watching. And until next time, bye.
Yeah.